Dear students, welcome back to the business communication class, business communication skills class. So we are in our third module, and today in this class we are going to learn about the insurance correspondence. So what do you mean by the insurance? Business and even human life skill is full of risks. What kind of risks? Accidents, fire, burglary, theft, riots, etc. So these risks cannot be prevented despite if you are taking care also. The only way to protect from such risks is insurance. Though the insurance does not prevent the occurrence of such risks, but it will protect the person from the loss arising from that risk. So, what do you mean by insurance? Insurance is a contract by which the insurer, that is, the insurance company, in consideration of the payment of a sum of money called as the premium, called as the premium. Let me again explain you in the agrees to pay a specified sum of money to the insured on the happening of a certain event insured. Thus, insurance insurer undertakes to indemnify the insured for the consideration in the form of money called premium. Layman language. See, you are running a business. I am giving you an example. You are running a business, some textile business, just for example. Some short circuit happens, short circuit in the midnight, and your warehouse, okay, just warehouse, not your, the warehouse, the business warehouse is set on fire. The material worth 50 lakh rupees is lost in the fire, is burnt completely to ashes. Now you have a loss of 50 lakh. The company has loss of 50 lakh. Who will pay this 50 lakh to the company? It is a huge loss, correct? So that is the reason what happens. All the companies, almost everyone take the insurance. So in the insurance, what happens? They pay some amount to the insurer, whether the what you call the loss is happening or not, accident is happening or not. They are paying some amount, and whenever some accident happens, the insurance company pays back the promised amount, the insured amount. So agrees to pay a specified sum of amount, the insured amount. We call it as the insured amount. So for the premium you are paying, the insurance company is paying you the losses, not entire losses, but how much premium you are paying. On that basis, the specific amount is fixed, and the valuation of the loss is done from the insurance company. According to that valuation, you are going to get paid. You might be having vehicles, correct? Bike, car. In that, the very important document normally which is required to be there with you whenever you are traveling on your two-wheeler or four-wheeler, the insurance document. So what is written in that insurance document? The same thing. If something happens to the bike, something happens to the car, the insurance company will pay the amount. Mostly there's when the bike is very old, car is very old, there is the insurance called as third party insurance. In third party insurance, what happens? The company we will not pay you anything, like whoever owns, the company will pay to the person to whom the damage has been caused. Like you are going on a road, like a bike is going on a road, someone is walking in the side, and suddenly some accident happens, and that person who is walking breaks his leg, his leg is broken, so he is admitted to hospital. The amount is required for his treatment. So all that amount is given by the insurance company. That is called as a third party company. That means due to your vehicle, if someone else is damaged, someone else is loss is happening to some other person. Okay, this is a basic thing, but in company also the insurance is there. Okay. So here there are some important terms I will tell you. One is it is called as an insurer. One is called as an insurer. Here it is. Insurer. Okay. What do you mean by insurer? Insurer is the party taking the risk. Okay, they are the party taking the risk. Insurance company is the insurer. We can also call the insurer as a assurer, or we can also call them as the underwriter. Underwriter. All the three terms are same: insurer, assurer, and underwriter. The next point, the 2 marks, what you get in examination. The next small definition: insured. Okay, so insured, this one. Insured means the person who is insuring his property against some loss. Okay, insured pays the premium to the insurer, correct? And some loss happens, the insurer will pay back the specified sum to the insured. So insurer is a company, insurance company. Insured is a person or a company who is taking the insurance. What is a policy now? Policy is the insurance policy which contains, it is nothing but a contract between the insurer and the insured. That policy contains what is the amount that is insured, how much is the what you call, how much is the premium to be paid, and what are the assets to be insured, what are the terms and conditions to be followed. That is the insured. The insured can also be called as a policy holder. He can also be the policy holder. Okay, so these are some of the terms. Another term is there that is called as the insurable interest. Insurable interest. I am writing this term here. Insurable interest. Insurable interest means what? The insurable interest is how much what you call the property is being insured. There is the insurable interest. There is something called as a risk also. Something called as a risk. Risk means the risk of the property to get damaged. The risk of the property to get damaged easily. So on the basis of the risk, the premium is fixed. More the risk, more the premium. Less the risk, less the premium. So the risk of the property which is getting damaged. So now we are going to learn about what are the types of insurance. Okay. So if you see, there are many types of insurance, but the main kinds we are going to learn. One is called as a life insurance. One is a life insurance. The LIC policy, whatever, almost everyone will be having LIC policy. So that is a life insurance. So life insurance is nothing but a contract where the insurer, that means the insurance company, is paying a certain what you call lump sum amount of money on the death of the person who has insured. Simply I will explain. Say for example, the Mr. A is having life insurance policy. He is paying a premium of rupees 5,000 rupees every year to the LIC company. So tomorrow Mr. A dies. When Mr. A dies, LIC will pay back, I am giving example, 5 lakh rupees to the nominee of Mr. A. That is the insurance, life insurance. You can say life insurance, in the name itself the meaning is there. Whenever the death happens, the insurance amount comes out. The amount claimed will be come out. What if the death doesn't happen? The insurance policy is taken for 10 years and within 10 years the death is not happening. That point of time what happens? So whatever you have paid to the insurance company, on the basis of the conditions given in the contract, they will give you the amount, the compounded amount. they may give you the compounded amount. And also nowadays there's another type of insurance called as a term insurance. Term insurance. In the term insurance, what happens? They don't give the amount also. Whatever you have paid, it is with them only. The premium remains with the insurance company only. But what is the profit in the term insurance? The premium is very less. Like your bike premium, car premium, all these are very less. So it is term insurance. Only if the bike, car go or accident happens, only then the insurance company will pay. If bike, car is okay, no accident happens, there is no payment coming from the insurance company. It is term insurance. Second is it is called as a fire insurance. So as the name only suggests, fire insurance is given for the financial loss which is caused by the fire to the property. Okay, so some property loss is happening in the fire or the replacement has to be done. That time you have to go for the fire insurance. The third type of insurance is nothing but the marine insurance. Marine insurance again is a contract between the insurer and the insurer as well as the assured person against the marine losses. Marine losses means what? Say for example, you are delivering some goods to China by a ship. Okay, from India to China by a ship. If something happens to the ship in the middle in the sea, so those goods are worth lakhs of rupees. Who will pay that amount? Correct. Goods are gone, ship is gone. So that time what happens? If you have done insurance on those goods, the insurance company pays the amount. So that is called as a marine insurance. Normally all the goods, whatever the goods are there, they are marine insured only, whichever are going through marine. Okay. So what are the correspondences related to the life insurance company? One is a inquiry related to the terms and conditions. What are the terms and conditions? How I have to pay, where I have to pay, what is the premium? Submission of proposal for insurance. Submission of proposal for insurance means what? See, it depends on the insurance company whether they can insure a person or a property or not. It is at discretion of the insurance company. Insurance company clearly checks the risk associated with insuring the person or the property. So that point of time what happens, the proposal has to be submitted to the insurance company that this is a property and we want to take insurance on this property. So please suggest if the insurance can be provided or not. So this is a proposal. Next is the acceptance on the refusal of the proposal. Acceptance or refusal of the proposal, it is normally done from the insurance company side. Yes, I will insure the property, the company says, that is acceptance. No, I will refuse, I will not insure that property. That is called as a that is what it is called as the refusal. Correct. Then reminders from the LIC to pay the premium overdue. That also letter will come, your premium is overdue, you have to pay this amount. So overdue means what? You are not paid. So that point of time what happens? The letter will come that you have to pay that premium. Notice of lapse of the policy. Notice of lapse means what? Lapse means cancellation. Lapse means what? Cancellation, withdrawal, forfeiture. So what happens? You have to pay the premium every 3 months. Every quarter you have to pay the premium. But suddenly after 6 months or after 1 year, you are finding it difficult to pay the premium. So still the chances are given, like time is given to you. It is not like today the date is the last date to pay the premium, tomorrow your policy will be closed or cancelled. No, 3 months, 6 months time is there. Even in 3 months, 6 months also, if you are not paying, you will get reminder letters, calls from the insurance company. And then also if you fail to pay, finally what happens? They are cancelling your policy. That is called as a lapse of policy. So for that lapse of policy, what kind of letter is written? Now, proposal for surrendering the policy or conversion into paid up policy. Now what is surrendering policy? Surrendering policy means you have paid premium for 2 years, 3 years. Now then you are not finding that policy enough, or you are not finding amount to pay, or some problem has happened. or you have shifted to some other company. So you can just apply to the insurance company telling that no, henceforth I cannot pay the amount to you people. Better you take surrender my policy and kindly give the amount to me whatever I have paid. So, in accordance with the contract, in accordance with the policy of the company, they may agree to your condition and they may deduct some amount and they may give you some amount. There is a surrendering. So, these are the some of the letters. Okay, then applying for the loan against the policy. Applying for the loan against the policy means what? In LIC, they are having LIC house finance. You might have heard LIC house finance. On what basis they are giving the LIC house finance? It is given on the basis of the policy premium what you have paid. Correct? So you have been paying the premium to the insurance company. Every 3 months you are paying some amount. After 5 years, 3 years, you have paid a lot of amount. You have somewhere around 50-60 lakh rupees with the insurance company. Then you can apply for a loan. On that basis of that premium only, you give us a loan. So that also the provision is there. Revival of the lapsed policy. So the policy has been cancelled because the payment has not been made to the insurer. But now again you want to repay and you want to continue that policy. That point of time what happens? You can do the revival of the lapsed policy. Assignments of policy. Assignments of policy means what? If you are assigning the policy, what you call to some other person, there is assignment of policy. Okay. So then, as I said, the fire insurance again the same thing. The contract of fire insurance are the contracts of indemnity. Okay, this word you have to remember. Indemnity means if some loss happens, the other person will make good that loss. That is called as indemnity. Indemnity whereby the insurer through indemnifies the insured the monetary loss, monetary loss suffered by the insured through the occurrence of the risk insured against. Okay, so this is a fire insurance. So fire insurance policy correspondence, what and all we are sending her. One is we send the request to insure one particular property. Then the reply whether that property can be insured or not. Then the terms of negotiation like rates of premium, how much amount you will get after some loss is happening. Then the notice by the insured about the loss or damage. Some damage has already happened. Fire has already turned the warehouse into the ashes. Now you are claiming your policy. That is notice to the insured. Then the settlement of the claim. Settlement of the claim means getting the amount from the insurance person, insurance company. Then marine insurance, as I said, it is a undertakes this is also indemnity. This one, okay. So types of marine insurance here, valued policy is there. Valued policy means what? What is the value of that policy? Open policy, voyage policy. These are some of the types of marine insurance policies. Okay, valued policy, open policy, voyage policy. Then there is something called as the time policy, mixed policy, floating policy, fleet policy. So these are some of the types of the what you call as the marine insurance policies. So in the marine insurance policy, I just give you the brief what are these policies. So valued policy means what? In the word, the term itself it shows the valued policy is nothing but on the basis of the value of the subject matter. What is the open policy? Open policy is nothing but which the value of the subject matter is not mentioned. In the valued policy, the value of subject is mentioned. In the open policy, value of the subject matter is not mentioned. Then there is something called as a voyage policy. What is voyage policy? Voyage policy means voyage means what? Voyage means the journey. Journey is called as a voyage. So from which part to which part you are going to insure? That is also there, right? From where to where? Like some goods you are going to transport from India to London and from there on to some other country. So you are insuring the good from India to London, like that. Then there is something called as a time policy. As the name only suggests, time policy means the specific time of insurance from this date to this date. Then there is something called as a mixed policy. Mixed policy is nothing but it is the mixture of voyage policy as well as the time policy. It's a mixture of the OH policy as well as the time policy. What is a floating policy? Floating means what? Changing. So floating policy is nothing but that policy which covers goods up to some time and up to some value, specific value, not all goods at all time at all the value. So it is a floating kind of policy. Then there is something called as a fleet policy. What is fleet? Fleet is nothing but the group of ships is called as a fleet. Okay, group of ships is called as the fleet. So all these ships, all these group of ships have been insured. That is called as the fleet policy. Okay, so these are some of the policies. So here I have again given you some specimen letters for the insurance. I have given 3 letters. Some more letters are available. You please go through the book as well as go through the what we call your old question papers also. And while solving the question paper also, we will again solve some more letters. Correct. So here, this is renewal letter. Renewal letter means you want to renew the policy. Like the policy term was 10 years, you want to extend that policy. So we are interested in renewing the policy number for our bonded warehouse located at S31 Sahibabad Industrial Area UP with some changes. The warehouse and goods stored in it are presently covered for a total value of rupees 30 lakh only against fire. Following the earthquake in Gujarat, we should like to seek protection against all risks. We shall be grateful if you quote your lowest premium rates for an AAR cover at the earliest so that we may remit the charges. So you please try to understand what are the important things to be mentioned. One is the policy number. So a check number I told it is 6 digit, but policy number there is no specific digit required for the policy number. It depends on the insurance company. Then what you are going to insure, the property. Okay, so you can see the address of the property. What is the value of that property? What is the value of that property against what you want to insure? Against fire I want to insure. Correct. So not only against fire, what he is trying to tell is not only against fire, even against the earthquake. So all these things. So again, last we have to tell what kind of cover you require, and you are requesting for the lowest premium rates obviously to reduce the cash outflow. Correct. So there is a insurance renewal letter. Then there is something called as a loss reporting. As I said you earlier, loss reporting is nothing but when you have given that policy. Correct. You have taken that policy from the insurance company for certain property. That property has been lost in fire, in accident, whichever way. So that point of time what happens, you do this loss reporting. Loss reporting policy, like you report the loss to the insurance company telling that I have lost this property, you pay the amount what you had promised. So we regret to report that. So here you can see policy number is mentioned. So these key terms you have to remember always. We regret to report that our tool room located on the ground floor of plot number 73 Wazirpur Industrial Area, Delhi was gutted in an accident fire last night. The cause of the fire is not known and has been investigated. The tool room, which was insured comprehensively with you under policy number, so again you can see policy number is mentioned, has been totally destroyed. The loss of plant and machinery is estimated to rupees 23 lakhs. Please arrange an immediate survey of the premises so that we may resume operations and file a claim expeditiously. Correct. So you can see survey has been requested. Survey means what? You can just okay, survey has been requested. That means what? You can just not tell that come and claim, because you can ask for like many things can be asked, but insurance company is having their own officers who will come, they will survey, they will understand whether the loss is genuine or not, and if the loss is genuine, only then they will do this one. Okay, they will claim. So this is one thing. Then comes the reply. Okay, so the reply is from the insurance company. So the insurance person, the insured person has given the report, and the reply is coming from the insurance company. We are sorry to learn. Okay, we are sorry to learn from your letter 3rd March 2009. So date of the letter is mentioned about destruction of your tool room in a fire accident. The initial feedback from our surveyor has confirmed that the damage to the plant and machinery is major. However, we are unable to accept rupees 23 lakh as a fair estimate of loss since much of the machinery was obsolete. Obsolete means what? It was very old. It doesn't have any market value. Even if you go and sell that machine in the market, that will not fetch you good rates. We shall indicate the liability acceptable to us after we receive the final report of the surveyor. We assure you that we shall make all attempts in settle the claim at the earliest. Meanwhile, please accept our sympathies. Okay, so that means what? They will not do 23 lakhs, but final report we will receive, and once we receive the final report, we will tell you how much we are going to pay. So this is about the insurance policy replies. And what else can you write in an insurance letter? As I told you, in insurance letter, main thing is you have to write the insurance policy number and the premium amount and the date of that due date. So you can decide this on the basis of common sense. Okay, so some letters, specimen letters which you can write for the insurance companies are: one is the proposal letter, as I told earlier, that we want to insure this particular property. The second is the letter accepting the proposal by the insurance company, letter rejecting the proposal from the insurance company, letter accompanying the life policy. Okay, the letter from the policy holder making a proposal to the corporation to inform the surrender value, reply from the corporation to the letter giving the surrender value, letter asking for the loan against the policy, reply for the letter against which has been given for the loan against the policy. Okay, so these majorly what happens, letter asking for the fire policy. Majorly, I'm telling you once again. See, the business has been simplified like anything. Whatever format you require, everything is pre-typed. You have to just fill in the details. Like you go to insurance officer, you tell them, no, I want a loan on my insurance policy. They will give one form directly. There is no requirement to write a separate letter. They will give one form. You have to fill that form. You have to give that form to them. Okay. So these are some of the things which were very important. Again, you please explore the kinds of letters as I told. The specimen letters on the in your books, textbooks, as well as old question papers, as well as the Google. You can search on internet. Okay. So these things are there. So hope you have understood this one. If any doubts are there, I am always available on the WhatsApp group. Even you can put a message in the chat here in the YouTube also. Okay, and thank you for watching. You please share this chapter with your friends also, because this time of lockdown the classes are not running. That is the reason I am creating these chapters. I do not intend any kind of financial profit out of this, but I request you to kindly subscribe to this channel, just because sometimes I may miss to give you the links. Correct. So if you subscribe and if you press the bell icon, you will get what we call the automatic update from the YouTube itself. In your Gmail, you will get notification directly that new video has been uploaded, so that you can, at your time of leisure, you can watch those videos and you can helpful. It will be helpful for your exams. So thank you once again for watching this video. In the next class, I will be discussing about the company secretarial correspondence. So this company secretarial correspondence is your fourth module. Okay. So thank you once again all of you.